So I have over 70 fights, and I've won almost all of them. My least three are it's kind of hurting my average, but honestly, God, I won almost all of them. The ones I lost, they were pretty close. But in the street, I have fought one time, man, did I get lost. It was almost immediate. So back to my fights. I had to fight constantly. I fought, short notice, long notice, but I'll sneak one before. I just fought constantly because you'd make $250 here, you'd make $250 there. You just fight for next to nothing, but you keep it going. And with my dream being to be able to do this, full time and support whatever family I have. God, I've got a big family. You'll get to see me spar my wife here in a little bit. She's a badass. I'm working real hard. She's gonna bare knuckle box Paige Van Zandt. Paige doesn't know it yet, but it's gonna happen, and my wife's gonna win. Woo-hoo. But anyways, when I wasn't making any money, I couldn't just fight. I had to have other jobs. So most of the time, I had 3 or 4 other jobs. I wouldn't sleep, and then I'd go to practice. I bounced, I bartended, I taught classes, I taught privates, I worked at AC companies, I did a lot of work for a lot of people, just trying to make the bills whenever I could. I actually got a job at Pechanga. Was offered a job at Pechanga, which is the biggest casino west of the Mississippi. That's what they say. And actually, that was a lot of fun. I got to get the job there. You had to audition, so you got to interview with them, and then you had to do a talent portion. But they didn't tell you that before you got there. So on the spot, they give you like a box of props, and then you have to do the props or use the props and show some sort of talent in front of a panel of judges. So I actually sang a duet, The Elephant Love Melody, which is in one of my favorite movies ever, Moulin Rouge. I sang both parts. Not to get too off topic, I didn't take the job. They needed me to shave my beard, and I wasn't ready to do that. And I had another job coming. So Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center was about to open. They just didn't know when exactly, and I was going to be running the daycare and teaching classes there. But anyways, at this time, I was bartending, and I bartended at It's All Good Bar and Grill. Michael Mandela, he was an up-and-coming country singer. I think he's gotten into some trouble since then, some bad trouble. He was a nice enough dude in person, but I didn't know him real well personally. Oh, and if you watch the screen, this is me sparring my wife for a bit. And before y'all comment on me being chubby, I know I fought a month and a half ago. I've been working out a ton, but I'm still eating, so forgive my dad bod. Those are supposed to be the in thing right now, aren't they? Well, anyways, I was bartending or bouncing at It's All Good Bar and Grill, and they kept calling themselves a dive bar, but it was not a dive bar. They had decent food. They had a band with a great sound system, or not a band, but a stage with a great sound system, and it was just a lot of fun every night I was there. I got to sing karaoke almost every. The bar never quite took off, So to make it take off, they were offering stuff every night of the week. And karaoke, because they had such a good sound system, they had karaoke a lot. And because we were never all that busy, I got to sing karaoke constantly. And someday I'll sing for you guys. I've tried out for The Voice like 3 or 4 times, and I'm not good enough for The Voice, but I'm really good on a karaoke stage. Y'all, I really should make a video with it. If I can come up with a way to record it without it sounding all blurry, I'll sing for all you guys. I think that could be a fun YouTube channel too. What song y'all want to sing? I got a great Tim McGraw impression. Back to the fight I lost. It was St. Patty's Day, just like it is today that I'm recording this. It was St. Patty's Day, and it was a Friday night, and it was just dead. We had nobody in there. It was a lot of Fridays we didn't have anyone in there. We eventually started doing club nights, which kind of brought something in, but this particular Friday, nobody's in. They're all downtown listening to, I don't know, Irish people get drunk or something like that. And right before midnight, we finally got slammed, but it was all one group of people, and they were. I always joke, 'cause I don't know what to call them. Is it a flock, a gaggle, a school of Native Americans? They came in, and they were already wasted. You can tell that they had been out all night drinking, but they were coming in. They were having a good time, and we were doing. We were working. I mean, we went from nobody being in there to the place being packed with these pre-gaming Native American fellas. There were a lot of casinos around the area. There's Pechanga, which is the big one. Pala wasn't far. Saboba was pretty good. There were a lot of casinos, so I'm not sure which territory, which community they were coming from, but they were out in full swing that night. Now, what's fun about being an MMA fighter? I wasn't UFC yet, but MMA fighter. Everyone knew I was an MMA fighter. The bar advertised. I was on The Ultimate Fighter. I was the champion of this. I did that. I knocked that guy out. It was advertised everywhere. They loved it. They loved telling everyone. And I'm a big dude. I'm 215 to 220 pounds most days. But I'm also a big, friendly, ginger kid who smiles a lot. So for the most part, everybody got along with me real well. Nobody wanted to fight. They wanted fight stories. Tell me how they could have fought if, and buts. Working at a bar as a bouncer, everyone had a story as to how they could have been, or how they should have been, or if only it was around sooner. It's so funny listening to the stories everybody has as to why they are not professional MMA fighters at the time, at the King, with the championship belt around their waist. We got the stories all the time. This night, nobody was talking to me about fighting. They just came in drunk as can be, and they just started acting funny right away, like right off the bat. There were people breaking stuff in the bathroom. We had to deal with that, and as I was dealing with something in the bathroom, the manager of the bar, what was his name? I think it was Ryan. Manager of the bar was outside kicking 2 guys out. There's a real big guy, not muscular big, but real big as in he drinks a lot all the time. I'm being played. There's a big fat guy. There's a big fat guy and then a little fat guy. And they were getting up in, my general manager Ryan's face. And so I took care of the bathroom situation. I ran outside, and just as I was going outside, the big guy shoved Ryan. And I said, whoa. So I double leg him. His feet go over his head. Whoa, boom, big thud on the ground. And I'm sitting there, knock that off. You guys are out. Now, as I'm screaming at him, what I didn't realize is, because I'd never been in a fight before, never a real fight like that. I've fought 1,000 times where there's rules and stuff. In the street, there's no rules. So as soon as I take him down, apparently every Native American that was in that bar came out of the bar. And the first one out of the bar came running up, and just out of the side of my eye, saw it. He kicked me in the face. Boom! That's where I learned you never take a fight to the ground. Never, not once. He kicked me in the face. From that point on, I was unconscious is the wrong word, because apparently through the stories of the other bartenders and managers, I was never asleep. I was always awake, not doing anything for the fight, which is, no, there was a fight. It was our bar against those guys. It was a fight going on. And they were kind of drugged me off the stage. Apparently I was talking but not doing anything else, so they drugged me off. They took care of it. And I say woke up, but I, again, never really fell asleep. I woke up talking to police. Like, I was standing up. There were police cars all around me. No idea where they came from. And I was telling my story as to what happened to the police. And it was funny because I didn't know what happened. I didn't even know I got kicked in the face. I was just telling. The first thing I remember saying was, "Dudes, I just woke up," and everyone looking at me confused. And then I remember I said, "Whoever it was that kicked me, I want to press charges." Now, nobody had any idea who kicked me. And at this point, I started, saying, I want to press charges. Whoever it was that kicked me, who kicked me? And I was very upset. The cops broke everything up. The bar was pretty much closing down. We went back inside, and then I talked to the guys at bars. They filled me into what happened. They said, "Really? Man, I don't remember anything. I don't remember getting kicked in the face." I just kept telling them, "Guys, I just came to. I was talking to the cops. I don't remember anything." And at one point they said, "Sam, you gotta quit saying that. We get it. You don't remember anything." And my brain was still all foggy because, I had just been kicked in the face. But it is what it is. I drove my motorcycle home, which is probably not the right idea, but I did it. And I called it a night. I went to the gym the next day. I told all the coaches, "Yeah, I can't spar for a minute. I got kicked in the face last night." They said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I think so. I've never been kicked in the face like this before." And so I took a week or two off of sparring, just drilling and everything. And my wife says I didn't tell her about it until like 6 months ago. And she's wrong. I told her. She just doesn't remember. Or the truth of the matter is I probably thought she'd be upset, so I didn't tell her. And then I convinced myself that I had told her. And no, I don't remember if I told her or not. But yeah, that's my one fight outside of the octagon. I was knocked out for the entire time, did nothing to help the situation except bleed. And that's my story. I wish I was alive for it. In the brain, I was alive for it. Because I've always dreamt of being in a fight like that where there's dozens of people. In my head, I'm Bat Sam. I'm Super Sam. I'm Spider Sam. I'm the guy that can get in there and stop stuff. Nope. I'm the guy that got kicked in the face and then carried off in a stretcher. But hey, that's my story, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Watch the rest. If you didn't watch the video, watch the video too. There's some good rounds. I'm just having fun in this. I'm at Guardian MMA here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I would love to work or spar with any of you. And April 2nd, I will be in Chattanooga, Tennessee for a charity roll with live action. So please come on out. Roll with me. It's for free, but I am raising money. So any donations will go directly to live action. Thank you guys for paying attention. And always remember, never don't smile. Thank you very much. Oh, God. I thought you were kicking him in the head. You can't do this shit. It's like, oh my God, I thought you were going to kick me in the fucking face.